Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on, so also rear view mirror. I think I'm a little far. All right, short and sweet today. Holler. All right. Well, something we were supposed to talk about yesterday, but we didn't have the time. Also just too much was going on that we wanted to report on. SSS for You came out Friday. Money sign, some money sign, sexy money sign songs for you. Party Next Door and Drake. 21 songs, an hour and 13 minutes, and it came out on Valentine's Day. Now, what was that?
Smart marketing.
Absolutely. Great title for that release date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And something that might come up later, let me just get to it now. This says OVO Sound under exclusive license to Santa Ana label group and OVO under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Records. And so, there you go. What is this artwork? I don't, but it says this is released to Republic. It's under license to Republic, which is a division of UMG. So that's why I brought it up. I was looking at the artwork. What is this supposed to be?
I think it's two people. Hugging or like embracing one another, right? You talking about the fur and the snowing?
Oh, it's one person standing above another person crouching.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it. All right. That's interesting. All right. Well, I didn't listen to this album. I listened to the one song, which we'll get to at some point.
Tell them the truth. You refused.
Oh, sure. I don't mind being honest. I refuse to listen to this. I'm not a big Party Next Door fan, and I'm not a big Drake fan. So I had no interest in listening to this.
Right.
Um, and so Dash did. Dash did a public service for us.
It just seemed right to listen to it.
Right. So you
Um,
took one for the team.
yeah, and I do want to start this conversation by saying that I don't think, and I've tried to say this before here, I've tried to say this on the other show we used to do. I'm not in my Drake era anymore. Um, I liked Drake a lot more maybe 10 years ago. I
Right.
don't like Drake
Yeah,
at the
you've
same
said after
level.
2016 it started to decline for you.
Yeah, and I don't like him at the same level that I did before. I don't know if that means that I grew as a person. I've said that before.
You have.
I don't know if that's my personal growth
All right.
or his lack thereof. I
All
don't
right.
know, but this music is not for me. Um, and that I was reminded of that listening to this album.
Mm,
I can't say that I really care, if
okay.
I'm being honest, about any of this. Um, and I want to be very clear in saying this. This has nothing to do with any other artist. This has
Okay.
nothing to do with, I feel like you have to say it today because a lot of people are like on different sides and different teams. And there's like a Drake team and a Kendrick team and a J. Cole team, and there's all these teams. And that's not where I'm coming from at all. This is not a hierarchy type of thing for me.
Hmm.
This is just, I've been saying for a long time, I don't think that I connect with Drake's music anymore. And just to be clear, this is a Drake and Party Next Door album. It is not just Drake. And I used to love Drake and Party Next Door, but also Drake and Party Next Door was in doses. So you get like a couple of those songs on a Drake album,
Right.
and that was enough
Or
for
a
me.
Drake feature on a party album.
Right. But I don't think I've ever really listened to, maybe I listened to one Party Next Door album. So I've always listened to the two of them from the perspective of someone who's listening to Drake, not someone who's listening to Party Next Door.
I got you.
So I like them together. I think they work really well together, and I think they make good music together. And I don't even think that this album is bad. I just don't think I care enough to decide whether it's good or not.
Okay. So you didn't listen objectively?
No, I did. I listened, but it didn't really resonate with me is what I'm trying to say. So
Okay.
I don't, it was hard for me to get through it. It's
Okay.
also like a very specific sound when Drake and Party Next Door link up. And I just don't
Yes.
need a whole album of that.
Especially not 21 songs.
No.
And I'll
So
be honest, that's part of what made me refuse to listen to it. If we got like a 7-song EP, I'd have did it, man. I'd have pushed through. But 21 songs, hell no.
it was just a lot. It was a lot to get through. It took me several days to get through the whole album. I have not listened to it more than once. I have only listened to it once. I contemplated today when I knew I had to finish it. I contemplated just coming on the podcast and being super honest and just saying I just don't think I can finish it. But I decided to push through because y'all came here for a review.
Right.
And I'm gonna give one, but it's not gonna be a great one. If you want like some sort of breakdown or something, you should go someplace else because you're not gonna get that from me. Not today anyway.
Okay.
Um, I just it just to me sounds like that sound, right? That Drake and P&D sound. So yeah, if that's the sound that you love, I think that you'll enjoy this album. But also like even the lyrics to me just feel like I'm listening in on a conversation that got nothing to do with me.
Mm.
Some of the stuff, what is the
Uh-oh, you
song?
got notes?
There's one song that's called Glorious, and they say, what was the line where I was just like, what? The chorus is "fuck me like you mean it,"
I
which
mean,
is not a bad. Like, let me be clear about something. And I said this just the other day when we were
mm,
talking about Bruno Mars and Sexy Red. I like sexy music. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm sitting here saying. I'm not saying that I don't like sexy music. I do, and that is why I know that this is not for me. Because normally, sexy music, sexy lyrics, I'd be like, okay, talk your shit. No, I didn't feel this. I didn't feel that with this. It felt very like fuckboy-ish. It felt very
mm,
it felt very like young and and I hate to use that word when we're talking about music made by a 30-something-year-old man. I hate to use
isn't
that
Drake 40
word.
now?
Drake is our age, isn't he?
No, I think he's older. Maybe
He
I'm wrong.
he
I'll
can't be
look it
that
up.
much older. Because wouldn't him, Kendrick, and Cole be in the same age range too? I think
Cole is older,
Cole is
and I
older.
think. Oh,
Kendrick is
actually,
our age.
you're right. Drake is our age. He turns 39 in October.
Yeah, and Soul Drake is what, a year older than us, and
Mhm.
and Kendrick is our age. Me and Kendrick are like born in the same month. Like literally born in the same month.
You are
In the same
correct.
year. Yeah.
So J. Cole is the oldest of all three of them.
And I'm
Because
smiling.
J. Cole is already 40 years old.
Yeah. And I'm smiling because, Kendrick's a June Gemini, and that's just so cute.
Back to the Drake review.
Right. So, and listen, come at me or
Come at me, bro.
here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. Drake fan,
Okay.
if you're watching this, if
Yeah,
you made it this
probably.
far into the review and you're watching this, instead of cursing me out in the comments, maybe point me in the direction to one of your favorite songs on the album that I could take another listen to. I'm totally open to that.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sitting here trying to bash him,
They about to put all 21 songs in the comments.
and that's why I'm trying to make the point of this has nothing to do with anything that has happened before he put this album out. This is just me as someone who has always had an affinity for Drake's music, trying to listen to it and realizing that with every album I listen to, I've realized that I don't think I'm the audience anymore. And I think that's
Who do you think?
okay.
No jokes. Who do you think is the audience for Drake's music today? Because there were some debates about that in the last couple of years.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know who it is. I know that people are listening and I know that people love him. If you look at any of the videos from his Australian tour, he is killing it over there.
Oh yeah,
He,
no. He's a worldwide superstar.
right.
He's a pop star. There's no debate about that. I'm only asking because there have been think tanks and I'm sorry, think pieces and podcast debates and all this stuff over the last couple of years about who Drake's target audience is, what is the proper demo for Drake's music today. And so I was just curious what you thought because you heard the project and you mentioned, being part of the demo or not being part of the demo. So that's what made me ask, who do you think is the demo today?
I also have an old soul when it comes to music. So I just, I don't know. I know that people are listening. That's the point I'm trying to make is I know that people are listening, and I'm sure that we could study what those demographics are. And I'm sure there are people who are our age who are loving this album.
No. I'm
I
not.
just
I'm not asking like the chart data. I'm asking
no,
in your like if you had to recommend this to an age group, what
I
age
don't
group would you
know
recommend? Okay, gotcha.
because I wouldn't
But that
recommend
I
it
just
to
wanted to make the distinction. I'm not talking about actual factual like chart data. I was
I
just
would
trying to pick your brain.
I wouldn't recommend it to my almost 14-year-old niece.
I mean, not fuck me like you mean it. No.
Okay, but I just mean Drake's music is universal enough that young people listen to it. So my point is I don't see myself recommending this to a teenager. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean the title alone says not teenagers.
yeah. I don't know who I would
Okay,
recommend this to. And
that's
again,
fair.
that's not to say it's not to say that there aren't good songs on the album. It's not to say that it isn't a solid album. I just don't think that I really this was what my ears wanted to hear, and sometimes that happens to me where I listen to something and it's just no matter what they did, whatever the artist did, it just wasn't enough to grab me.
All right, so let's gauge. Good, average, bad. What was this album?
I think it was average
Okay.
for me, and again, there is a version of Drake, and I've said this before. There is a version of Drake that I am looking for
Mhm.
today. There is a version of Drake that I think could come out and blow summer out of the water.
Okay.
That Drake didn't show up here. And I wouldn't expect that Drake to show up here because, again, him and Party Next Door together is a very specific sound. I
Right.
think this is my opinion about Drake moving forward. Now, I think Drake needs to stop collaborating and make a fucking album
Oh,
that is his
are you
own.
putting him in the Bruno Mars category?
Yes! fucking Drake. Give me a Drake album. I don't want to hear you with 21 Savage. I don't want to hear you with P&D unless it's like a song that y'all did that's going on the new album. I want a good, solid, strong summer bangers Drake album. That's what I want.
But didn't
And
he
I
give us a
think
solo album at
maybe,
one point?
I mean, he's put out solo albums, but they haven't been the right ones. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not
I got
listening
you.
to me. You know how many times I sat in the same spot
Yeah, he
and
gave us
said
For All
what
the
Drake needs to
Dogs.
do?
He gave us For All the Dogs, 2023.
Didn't I keep telling you he hasn't put out the right album? I'm not saying he hasn't put out solo music. I'm saying the solo music he put out wasn't good enough.
I know, I was being a jerk.
I'm so tired of Drake either being mediocre or phoning it in with a friend. Drake, just give us a summer banger. Please. Please.
Well, Drake addressed that on the one song I did hear. So let's talk about it.
Give me a hug.
That's the name of the song, yes.
Yeah.
And so on Give Me a
Oh,
Hug, he did
wait.
say,
Before we get to Give Me a Hug, real quick, there's a song called Celibacy. I was like, what is this? What are niggas doing?
I don't know.
Like, what is this? That's why I'm like, what? I don't want to hear Drake singing Celibacy. He's literally singing Celibacy. Drake. You would have been pissed listening to this. Like, if you agreed to listen to this is a singing ass Drake.
Oh, well, he was with Party, so of course he's going to be a
Right.
singing ass Drake. That's why I
But
was like, 21 songs, there's no way I could listen to this.
I think that's why I was frustrated with it, because I'm like, nigga, rap. Please. I am begging you to rap.
And he did on Give Me a Hug. No? He
I
didn't?
was looking for the celibacy lyrics. I just want.
Oh, you want the lyrics? I could find it.
No, I got them.
Oh, okay, so good. Because I was looking for something specific in Give Me a Hug.
Oh, look, drop to my knees. Let me break your streak. I'm begging you, please, because it's been 4 months and 2 weeks, 36 hours and 8 minutes since you've been pleased.
Oh, Drake is begging someone to give up their celibacy? Is that what that says?
Yeah. So please give me that
No.
opportunity to get you right where you need to be. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
No.
I'm on call for these type of things.
Wow.
He says, pour me a shotty.
Well, yeah, we know Drake talks like that. At least on records anyway.
There's one song where he sounds like Ice Spice. I kid you not. There is a song where he sounds like Ice Spice, and he even goes, "Grah." And I was like, nigga,
He's done that before, though.
I don't care. I don't want
I'm
him to
just
sound
saying,
like
the
Ice Spice.
ra he has done before. You know, I'm disappointed in your review. Because you didn't even talk to us about Drake rapping in Spanish.
That was my surprise.
I heard it. I sent you a video about it.
That was my surprise.
I sent you a video.
But yeah, but I'm sure you didn't listen to
I
the
heard
whole
like
thing,
this
so-
much of it.
Exactly. So I was gonna play the song for you. That was my surprise at the end of the pod.
All right, we go back to it then. I'll react in real time. Huh?
Oh yeah, because I want to talk about that. But I
Well,
wanted
this
to
is the
make
review. We
I
might as well
wanted to
talk
make
about it
no,
now.
no, but I wanted to make sure you heard it. And then I was like, I was gonna tell you, listen to this before we start. And then I said, nah, I want to hear
Let's
your
just
your
do it now.
reaction in real time. Then let's do it. Let's do it.
Got
Which
it.
one?
I'll play it.
You sure? Okay.
You want to do
got
Give
it.
Me a Hug first.
Fuck, give me a hug. We know what he said, and everybody's talking about it. Let's talk about the other thing that people are talking
But
about. I like that.
I do think we gotta talk about Give Me a Hug.
Okay, so let's talk about give me a hug first, and then we'll get to the Spanish of it all.
Okay, so you want me to start with Give Me a Hug? Since
Yeah.
you're in the midst of this review?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I heard Give Me a Hug. Obviously, we all heard the Melissa Ford line. I'm gonna actually pull up the lyrics because I want to be able to respond to some specific things.
Mhm.
A lot of people are saying Drake Drake addressed the beef.
Yeah,
If
he
you
did.
call one line responding to the beef, addressing the beef, then yes, he addressed the beef. He said, "F a rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit." That's the addressing of the beef. He also sent some shots and said if he dies, they will inherit it, the game, and asked what are they gonna do with it. He said, let me find it. He said, because if I die, these niggas that become the sole beneficiary, what the F are they gonna do with it? Had the girls up at 29 on stage, twerking with a dictionary. I'm not gonna continue, but yeah, that's the stuff he said about the beef.
Well, that line starts with something else before it, doesn't it?
Funny how it's only bitch niggas that are waiting on the boy's obituary. That's the line before. That's it. I got the lyrics right here. That's what he said.
Yeah, I'm looking at it also. I just thought when he said fuck a, that's not when he says fuck a rap beef. He says the thing about Melissa
No, I
Ford.
jumped around. First, I said he has one line where he directly addresses the beef, which is fuck a rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit. Then I went backwards because he speaks about if he dies, who inherits the game, meaning Kendrick and, the haters. And he asks, what are they going to do with it?
I thought it started. I know that part, but I was speaking specifically about where he says fuck a rap beef. I thought the thing about the rap beef started with him saying, "Savage, you the only nigga checking on me when we really in some shit, brother." I thought that's where that started.
Okay. I don't think Drake really addresses the beef is my point.
I understand
Um,
that. No, but I don't really know what Drake was supposed to say as far as addressing it. I think he acknowledged that it happened, but I don't
well, but that's
know what
that's
he
my
was supposed
problem,
to
right?
address.
The
Like,
internet is ablaze that Drake mentioned Melissa Ford, dissed Joe Budden, and addressed the beef. That's what the internet has been ablaze about in the last couple of days. Today is Tuesday when we're recording this. Since
Mhm.
Friday morning, that's what's been all over the internet. One, he mentioned Melissa Ford and gave her some love. Two, he dissed Joe Budden. And three, he addressed the beef. Um, and so I would like to start with the beef. And I feel like he didn't really say shit. Um, he's more speaking to quote unquote haters than mentioning the beef. Um, and truly, I don't think this is about the beef. I think, and people could say I'm dick riding if you want, but I am an avid listener of the Joe Budden podcast, and this song makes it very clear that Drake is too. A lot of things in this song are directly responding to things the members of the Joe Budden podcast have said about Drake. When he says the reasons why he's not getting married, there was a whole debate about that on the Joe Budden podcast, where one member said he thinks Drake really does want to get married, but it's hard out here for someone in his position. I'm summarizing. This is not an ad. Y'all could go look it up. Um, Joe Budden said that uh, Drake was a revolutionary and he's supposed to be the person leading rap and leading the way for the young folks, not trying to imitate and emulate the young folks. Also, things he responded to. I mean, there's a lot in here that he's really just talking about the Joe Budden podcast and their cast members. Melissa Ford, you a legend from the six. Hate to see you with a dick sucker. Obviously, that's about Joe Budden and him taking shots at Joe Budden. Um, I think that's all weak. I think that's all whack. And I understand that this is like the viral song that everyone is running to and talking about. I don't think this is super fly. Also, why do niggas think switching a beat is a superpower? I don't understand that. Why is that still like the biggest? Huh? No, what was you gonna say?
Say I actually like the beat switch.
I'm not saying that the beat switch is bad, but niggas talk about the beat switch and hype up the beat switch like it's a superpower. You're one of the biggest rappers in the world. You work with a billion producers. Exaggeration, obviously. Switching a beat shouldn't be hard. I mean, I don't understand why this is like, I'm gonna fuck around and switch the beat on him. Why is that necessary? Like, why is that still the thing today? Wasn't he switching beats in like 2015? Isn't that always been a Drake thing? So why in 2025 is that like a flex? I think this shit is whack. I think Drake moves really whack. I think a lot of these things are corny. It's nice to hear Drake rap again. We can hear him rap. We can see he still has rapping skills, and those things are cool. He can still put a pen together. I was gonna say poem. He still has pen skills. He can still put a song together. I don't have any qualms about that. But I don't need this. And I feel like if this is the song that's really like the buzzworthy song, that tells me that the rest of the project is not that good. Because usually these are not the type of records that we hear going crazy from a Drake album. Now I understand this is a Drake and Party Next Door album, but there's also no party on this record. So not really telling me much here. So for this Drake dominated song, it's cool, but also I don't give a fuck who liked your song. Dirk's boy told me I don't care that Dirk's boy told you it was his favorite song, Marvin's Room. I don't care that he told you he was fucking to the song. That's a weird thing to say, first of all. To be around an artist and be like, hey man, I'd be fucking to such and such. That's weird. That's a weird thing to say to another man. It's a weird thing to say to another man, in my opinion. Anyway, I don't care that 21 calls you. It's weird. It's a lot of weird shit with Drake. I feel like it's like I'm trying to show y'all I still got friends because y'all know I'm struggling with my friends. So I'm gonna try to pull the straws together. It's like whatever, man. None of this to me is fly. None of this to me address the beef. It's cool. I mean, it's a Drake rap. That's all it really is. It's a long Drake rap.
Wanted addressing the beef to be, and do you think that it would have been wise of him to strike back again?
Okay, so here's the problem, and I was gonna say that next. The problem is Drake continues to address the beef on Instagram and on his Instagram story, and all the blogs report on it. Since what was his song? The Heart Part 6. That was not good. Since then, Drake has been online saying different things about the beef. Oh, it's not over yet. Oh, it's coming. Oh, I got this coming. Oh, wait till the summer. Oh, I'm about to do this. So Drake really has been putting his own foot in his mouth for all of these months.
Didn't when the freestyle came out, wasn't that the first time where he said something about the beef where he was like, I'm done with that, basically? Didn't he say
Right,
that?
which is also another time where he continued to bring it up. And so my thing is, you continue to bring it up. Kendrick, listen, Kendrick
Because
has
this whole Drake continues to bring it up, and Kendrick is literally just did the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago where he looked at the camera and said Drake's name. Like, I think that's a little too much on Drake to say that Drake keeps bringing it up. It is up. Like, it's still a conversation whether we want it to be or not. Kendrick is still subliminally and not so subliminally in it and saying it and performing it. And so does Drake just have to shut up?
oh no, he can do whatever he wants. I'm only saying that I'm responding to the internet and the trending thing of Drake addressed the beef. I don't think Drake has addressed the beef. I also don't think either one of these gentlemen have allowed the beef to fizzle out and die.
No, they
I
haven't.
think they
They're the
have
ones
both
keeping it alive.
actively, in different ways, continued it. Mostly music with Kendrick. We don't see Kendrick saying anything publicly, but
Right.
Drake is doing the opposite. Drake is putting out very little music before this project. Drake has put out very little music and said a lot of things online. And then the blogs have reported on it. So even though he's erased things or took them down or you can't find them, scrubbed them, quote unquote, whatever, we've seen them, and like the freestyle, we heard it. So they're both doing it, but does this record address the beef? No, not really. Not really.
I just kind of feel like if Drake would have came out and said more than what he said, then people would have been like, okay, but you lost. Why are you still, you know what I mean?
Well, that's
I
how I
feel
feel. I feel like you keep bringing it up, and you lost. I feel like Kendrick is a sore loser, even though a lot of us enjoy the things that are happening. And yeah, Kendrick is a sore winner. Excuse me, and Drake is a sore loser.
yeah. Um, I just, I don't know. I yes. Did I, when people said he addressed the beef, did I think that I was walking into something where there would be more? Yeah, but then when there wasn't, I was like, well, we'd be having a different conversation if he did try to take shots at Kendrick on this album. I think we would have been having a much different conversation. Um,
I think Drake will continue to take shots at Kendrick, even if it's little one or two subliminal lines like on this song.
yeah, but to me this wasn't even a shot. I think Drake is it I think it sounds to me like with this and with the freestyle that came out, he he's almost like how do I say it? He's trying to move us away from he's trying to control the narrative at this point,
Oh, I
right?
disagree with that. That freestyle, he directly said things about the beef and about his boys and all that stuff. I mean, we covered it already, but
Okay, so
I don't
forget
I
about
don't
the
agree with that.
freestyle, but even with this, I feel like he's every time that Drake has said, "Oh, the rap beef isn't a big deal," or blah blah blah, because he said that multiple times in the past year, right?
Uh-huh.
I think I think that's his way of trying to tell us, "Oh, I don't think it's that big of a deal."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
And
don't agree with that because all the Instagram posts and tweets and stuff, all that stuff that he's put on his Instagram story and taken down says the opposite.
no, I think he thinks it's a big deal, but I think he wants us to think that he doesn't.
Oh, well, then my answer to that is you can't have both. You can't keep putting stuff on your Instagram story that says one thing and then doing the other. Also,
Sure.
responding in an entire record to the Joe Budden podcast, but not saying anything about Kendrick is really weird. Because
I
who
don't
you
get
really got beef with? Like, is
but
is it the Joe Budden podcast you got beef with, or
well,
is
yeah,
it
because
Kendrick?
he's
Like,
had beef with Joe Budden for years.
it's weird.
I'm
It's
not
weird.
saying it's and also Drake is not stupid either. So
Yeah, he knows if he
Drake
says something, it's gonna be discussed, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah. So I'm guessing the song is "Meet Your Padre."
oh, one more thing before we get
Yeah,
there. There is a
go ahead.
song, and at this point now I can't remember. Let me see if I screenshot it. There is a song where he says "not like us." Has
He's
anyone
also
talked about
performed "Not Like Us" at
that?
his concerts in Australia.
Which is really funny, but
That's y'all man's.
please, please.
It's y'all man's.
After I
The
sat
goat.
here
The
and I
goat.
after I sat here and I said all the things that I said,
I'm
I don't
making a
have no
mockery. I
man.
know. Well, he
So,
would say man's. You know.
oh, it it is celibacy where he says there's a line in celibacy where he says they're not like us. And I just wait, I gotta find the lyrics because
I'm looking for it. I already pulled up the lyrics.
because I said, wait. I said, did he just say not like us? And then I rewound it and I was like, yes. Yes, in fact, he did. I don't know why you can't do control find on your phone.
Because it's not a computer.
Okay.
Oh, I'm rocking you straight to sleep.
That's-
No, he
oh,
doesn't
here it
seem out
is.
like us.
Here it is. He says, like these men, you can't trust, or these girls that just don't give me enough. Fuck, I guess it's up and it's stuck. We're not like them, baby, and they're not like us.
Oh, yeah. I was right there and didn't even peep that. Good job. Yo, whatever, man. Like this nigga's a weirdo. Like
Chuckle. This
this nigga's a weirdo.
was like, what are you doing? This really made me chuckle because I was just like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this, but whatever. But let's get to it. What is it called? Meet me, Padre?
Meet your padre.
Meet your Padre.
Uh-huh. All right, here we go. Live reaction. Now, for those listening and watching, we will have to edit out me playing the song, but I will react in real time because we can't leave it in. They'll take the video down. Here we go. Before we start, I just want to know why. Why does this exist?
Oh, listen. Okay, because you know that when Bad Bunny's album came out, I kind of stumbled upon Spanish Talk.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. I had not seen any Spanish Talk in weeks. And
and
when I
now it's
tell
back.
you that yesterday I opened TikTok after hours of not being on TikTok, and all of a sudden, all the videos, every other video I saw was, why are you here? Why are you bothering us? From all the Spanish people on TikTok. They were like, what is this and why are we in it?
Because Drake is the
We get
biggest
here.
cultural appropriator on the planet. That's why.
They are mad at Drake. They said, but you didn't need to do this. Why did you do this?
That's what Drake do. Drake is the biggest cultural appropriator on the planet. This nigga been Caribbean. He been African. Now he's Hispanic. Like, yo, dude. He's American. He's Torontoan, whatever. I don't know, Canadian. Like, dude, who are you?
And the Caribbean part, I feel like they let him get that off because of the fact that he's from Toronto and there's a lot of um immersion of those cultures together. But outside of
Dude,
that,
this nigga been everything but himself for years.
well, you gotta play it because let me tell. First of all, and it's not just Drake because PND gets in on the action too.
Yeah, and whoever's Chino Pacas. That's the third person on this record.
That's the third person, but I heard PND over there singing, about the Padres and the Madres. So
All right, let me hit play. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, 4.5 minutes? All right, the pod is over after
right.
this conversation. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds like he actually swung over to another island in the middle of the song.
Like, what just happened? Where we went?
It's like he left the Dominican Republic and like swung over to, I don't know, Jamaica or Trinidad.
Like, what happened right here? We just paused it for those listening because this will be in here. But like, what just happened?
You heard it though, right? Like he switched up
Yeah.
because he was Spanish and then he
Well,
wasn't
someone else was
anymore.
on the song first. Then he came in and was kind of Spanish, and then just changed his whole thing. So I'm telling you, this guy's the biggest cultural appropriator on the planet.
He went from like Latin America, he went from like South America right on over to the West Indies.
All right, let's get back to the song. Ridiculous.
Maybe he was in Guyana because Guyana is right nestled among all of the Latin American countries. Excuse me, South American countries.
I can't believe you made me do this. All right, we still got 3.5 minutes left. Let's try to get through this.
Mhm.
This nigga always want to pay somebody's bills. My nigga.
I could use that right now.
Well, you know what? You know what's the price? You gotta let him take your celibacy and fuck him like you mean it. Oh my god. I want to pay your rent and your taxes.
Well, then you know what?
All right, let's get.
Then you know what?
We're
Maybe
halfway.
Drake. Maybe
Oh,
you can. I kid.
she kissed my cheek and said muchas gracias. All right, I'm pressing play. We halfway. We halfway there. F-150, baby. Let's get freaky in your driveway. Come on, man. You can do better than that.
Feel like that was Texas coded.
All right, let's finish this bullshit. All right, we finally finished. I can't believe you made me do that. You couldn't even choose like a 90-second song. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't really a surprise anymore because I was really excited about unveiling it. But it's
Oh
okay.
yeah, I sent you a video. I put a video in the chat the other day of a streamer
But
reacting to the song.
I saw it, but I knew you. I know my co-host well enough to know that you did not listen to the full song.
No, hell no. And now that I have, I wish I could get my time back because I don't need to hear those guys in Spanish. And it's not even really Spanish. They were taking like a word here, a word there. Without you, my heart is in mucho dolor, son, son,
I
son.
did better with Como La Flor last week.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I don't rap in Spanish.
You should
Listen,
rap in
listen.
Spanish.
No, I should not rap in Spanish because it would sound like that. And that's why I don't do it.
Right, but it wouldn't be cultural appropriation.
It would not be cultural
And
appropriation if I
that's
did it. And I just don't understand why we let Drake get away with all this cultural appropriation. I don't. Honestly,
like
I don't
when
get
my
it.
R&B album comes out, it's not gonna have any Spanish on it.
Maybe Spanish guitar, but that's about it.
Exactly. But
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
I'm not gonna be singing the love songs in Spanish because that's just not
And if
cultural.
you are, listen, now this is what I will say. Why you ain't have Bad Bunny write your shit? Bad Bunny would have hooked you up. Or you could have hit Romeo Los Santos, whatever his name is. Y'all know who. Aventura himself. And he'd have gave you the super fly, you know what I mean? Spanish shit.
Think they fuck with Drake?
I don't know. But you could have called. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I'm
Well,
asking you.
then that's what you should have did. Let one of the people who listen, there's plenty of people who speak fluent Spanish in this world of different dialects. You could have hollered at a multitude of them. You know what I'm saying?
He could have gotten Kendrick's lady.
He could have got Kendrick's lady, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have did it because everybody chose up, you know what I mean? Everybody's on teams and sides, like you said. And then he could even holler at Daddy Yankee. You know what I'm saying? He's still around. He just got a whole bunch of millions for his catalog. He would
Drake,
have wrote you some shit, you know what I'm saying?
has Drake ever done any music with any of them?
You asking the wrong person. I'm not a Drake fan, so I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't listen to Spanish music, so I don't know.
Kidding.
I'm about to say you not listen to no Spanish music.
Kidding. I just
You the one that was like, we got to talk about Bad Bunny's album. I was like, okay, you got it.
Because I probably listen to more Spanish music than you.
Of course you do. The most Spanish music I hear is when I walk in the corner store by my crib.
Or
You know what I'm
when
saying?
or when you get to the function and
Oh, the functions I go to, they don't be too much of that, but you're right.
I thought you were gonna say it.
Oh, Wayando! That's what you were trying to get me to say?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, listen. And apparently it's Guayando, not Wayando. I've been corrected. I always thought it was Wayando, but that tells you how, how much I'm not tapped in.
But sometimes that is a result of saying things but not actually having to write them down.
This is also true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gave y'all 50 minutes today. Well, it's going to be less than that after edits, but we gave y'all a lot today and yesterday. Tomorrow, we might not even pod. Y'all might see us for like 10 minutes. Damn. He even let me get my lies off.
Now, trying to get the pod canceled. That's nasty work, you know. It's nasty work. Setting it up so tomorrow you could be like,
Yo, in the last 2 days, we gave him enough for the week. They got 2 hours in 2 days.
So that's it. You done?
See y'all next week. That's it.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm just talking shit. All
Yeah.
right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. If you heard the Drake and Party album, I was going to say Drake and Kendrick album. If you heard the Drake and Party album, let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think of Spanish, but not really Drake and Party. Do you think Kendrick? Do you think Drake addressed the beef? Do you care that Little Dirk's friend is fucking to Drake's Marvin's Room record? Um, and ladies, would you give Drake your celibacy?
For a fee.
Oh, you know it's a fee, baby. If the Diddy Docs taught you nothing else,
Listen.
there's always a fee attached.
Drake said he paying bills out here.
No, rent and taxes.
Rent and do you know how much my rent is?
Shit, you want to talk about taxes?
Okay.
Niggas got some of us got some taxes.
Okay. When you work in one state and live in another, okay, just
The
please
double whammy.
listen.
The 2-piece with no biscuit combo.
I'm about to slide into Drake's DMs.
I will no longer be part of this pod after that point. So I
No,
just want to let you know.
you wouldn't know.
There will be signs.
Oh,
There will be signs. And I'll be like, oh, okay.
that's a
Then this time
conversation for another day. What would the signs?
time to exit. Time to exit now.
Anyway, thank y'all for being here.
Like you'll come on this pod and be like, this pod is sponsored by, powered by, fueled by OVO. I'll be like, wait a minute, nigga.
OVO.
Hold on. What the fuck?
Sorry.
I didn't agree to this.
Yeah.
OVO logo in the bottom right of the pod all of a sudden. Or just an
water bottles
owl in the top left. I'll be like,
imagine I start coming home with my water bottles and like my mugs and stuff all have an OVO owl on it.
all right.
You're
I
like,
see
where
what's
did you
going
get
on
that?
here. No, I would know. I'd be like, all right. Okay, got it. Are your rent and taxes paid? Are you happy? Yeah. Find the new co-host. I'm out.
My backdrop would change too. Like it would be
They've got
real.
a green
I
screen
real
of an
quiet.
owl. Ridiculous. No, fuck around and be a real owl behind you. The whole pod.
Right here.
Just perched right on your shoulder. Like, come on, son.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Just
This is
making
ridiculous.
sure that I'm safe.
Please. Anyway, that's enough for that.
Drake.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.